you clock out at 5 p.m., but the reality is your boss or your professors have already extracted your peak cognitive energy for the day. You walk through your front door completely mentally depleted. When you sit down at your computer to finally learn coding or video editing or that new communication skill, your brain demands dopamine instead of deep work. You just end up doom scrolling for 2 hours, watching motivational videos, and promising yourself you will start tomorrow. To bypass this fatigue entirely, we use the 5 to 9 morning protocol, a mathematical approach to your daily schedule. This system relies on shifting your execution to the brain's peak energy window, getting your hardest tasks done before the world wakes up. This circle represents the exact 24-hour time cycle we all operate within. Let's map out exactly where your time goes to prove that the hours you need actually exist. We start by deducting the non-negotiables. 8 hours are immediately locked in for your job or your classes. We deduct another 7 hours for sleep to maintain your baseline health. That leaves 9 hours. From that 9, we subtract another 5 hours for daily maintenance. That covers your commuting, eating your meals, doing household chores, and checking social media. That leaves a very specific, isolated block of 4 hours. These are your golden hours. We're going to lift this block and drop it directly into the 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. window. The math proves the hours are there. The real obstacle is attempting to spend those 4 hours at the end of the day when your energy is at its lowest. Now that you have these 4 hours, you have to be ruthless about what you do with them. Waking up early to practice a dead-end skill is a fast track to burnout. This 4-point tech list will verify if your chosen skill is viable. Starting with demand. You need to ensure that this skill solves an active, paying problem in the current market. Second, the work must be deliverable online. If you can email your final edits, code, or designs to a client, you uncap your geographic limits and your earning potential. Third, you must ask if it can grow. As you get faster, you need a skill that allows you to take on multiple clients or eventually hire a team to help you expand. Finally, you have to sustain it. Earning a real income takes time. You must inherently enjoy the daily process of the work enough to survive the initial low-paying learning phase. If a skill is missing even one of these traits, discard it. Passing all 4 checks is the mandatory threshold before you set a single morning alarm. This timeline represents your 4-hour golden block. To prevent you from studying aimlessly, we divide it into specific functional segments. The first 90 to 120 minutes is your protected learning zone. Put your phone away, open your course or tutorial, and focus purely on absorbing new information. But consumption does not equal creation. The next 90 to 120 minutes are strictly for implementation. If you learned a new editing technique in step 1, you actually edit a video in step 2. Spending your entire morning watching podcasts and tutorials gives you the feeling of progress, but if you don't execute the physical work, you will generate 0 tangible results. That leaves a final 30 to 60-minute buffer. Use this time to get outside, get some sunlight, grab a coffee, and transition into your normal workday. Separating your learning from your doing forces daily measurable progress. It turns the illusion of productivity into actual output. The primary failure point of this entire system happens right when your alarm goes off at 5 a.m. If you wake up without a specific, immediate objective, you will likely just go back to sleep. To prevent this, you need a physical spiral diary. Every night, write down a quick review of what you learned that morning to lock the information into your memory. Next, keep a physical tearaway desk pad right next to your computer. This serves as your morning command center. Write down the exact tasks you need to execute the following morning on this pad. When you wake up groggy, you don't have to negotiate with yourself. You just sit down and execute the list. Extreme morning discipline is the byproduct of decisions you make the night before. You now have the complete architecture, a validated skill, a timeline aligned with your peak energy, and a pre-written action plan. Think about the psychological advantage of walking into your 9-to-5 job knowing your personal growth is already handled. You can deal with a stressful boss or difficult classes because your side income tasks are already complete for the day. To start this cycle, set your alarm for 4:45 a.m. Working backward to ensure you get 7 hours of sleep, that mandates a strict 10:30 p.m. bedtime. Hold yourself accountable to this transition. Tomorrow at 5 a.m., take a photo of your completed desk pad and post it publicly using the 5 a.m. Club hashtag to lock in your commitment. Rigorously protecting and utilizing the first 4 hours of the day ensures you build your future before the world demands your attention.